Welcome back, spectators. John here, Sleek Guy Games. Now, the question was, how are we going to get the rest of this complicated masterpiece of craziness into nice separate machines? And I can't find a way of taking it apart nicely and still leaving it basically intact. So, in this next video here, we're gonna basically have to tear this thing down and put in its place the parts that that are needed. Now, you know, thankfully, the only machine left to replicate is the basic chest machine up there, and then everything else is really, I mean, this just converts it to planks, which we can always just have it pull from the inventory, or I can make another machine that makes the planks. So even though it hurts my head so bad to think about tearing this thing apart, that's what we're gonna do. Get our money back from that. Get our money back from that. All the wiring and stuff. Ugh. I'm literally getting nauseous tearing this thing apart right now. I don't want to at all, but I really got ahead of myself when I built the thing. I wanted it to make the machine, and I didn't think about the later utilization of the other parts of it. I just kind of thought, oh well, you know, they'll just all be available. Wow, I almost poked a hole in the ceiling. So you're saying, hey John, what was the lesson learned there, huh? Well, apparently the lesson learned was planning, in not just in the respect of yeah, that wasn't working anyways. There's so much buildup of planks. Not just in the respect of how to execute what you're trying to do, but also in maybe layout and future plans as well. Wow. Look, see, that was one of those crazy spanning wires. Electricity's coming down from there. I don't necessarily need to get rid of that. This stuff. This is a mess. Just wire everywhere. Feedback things going all over the place. So, alright. One of the cool things about all this is if I wanted to, I can have crafting table here, the box making machine here, piston machine here, filter machine there. I don't actually have to do anything. I can just, all I have to do is change the recipe. Change what it calls for, change what it allows, change the template. Which might be what I do, because I'm kind of a stickler for organization, which is probably why I was getting nauseous just now while I was trying to clean this whole thing up. I'm just thinking about the mess that I've made. Okay, well, alright, I'm going to have to empty out something out of my inventory in order to get more things in it, so I guess what I could do is put some of this stuff in here, like the chest, the planks, filter, the planks. Okay. Now this, you see here, is basically a machine ready to go. So if I get my axe you a question, then I get rid of all of these divider plate things that you'll definitely see me use again, so don't worry, I'll explain them. Man, this hurts my head. Ugh. Depressing. That machine was so big, so crazy. Anyways, I'm over it. Okay, so now we're gonna put on here the automatic crafting table that obviously we don't have to build because I just tore apart a bunch of them. And let's make this one the filter machine. It's the most complicated one. I think it needs to be furthest down right before getting to the very last part there. So we'll take the ingredients from the filter machine's box here. With that filter, we need a piston and a red dope wafer. That one I'll take from here because those are expensive. And the piston, because it's right there, and why not? Then I've got enough stuff I could make this out of. This I'm calling for more cobblestone, 2 more gold, and this piston. And like I said, if these machines, they charge you for their use, but you know, if you're going to be using it a lot, it's worth it. I'm sorry if you don't understand what I mean when I say things like it's expensive or they charge you. Here, let me explain. The expression kind of just means that when you do something that has a lot of work behind it, it's sort of what the economy is supposed to be based on, but totally not. That when you do work, there is an equal value behind that work. If you were to try and trade your work in, you should get something of equivalent value back. Well, you see there it says EMC 2048. Well, you'd have to find something worth quite a bit of that EMC, so basically it's money, in order to exchange it equivalently into the system. Some things don't have an EMC value, you simply can't trade them, but like bread has a pretty high value. But even all those loaves of bread didn't add up to the value of that piece of gold. So here I'm gonna put an egg in there, and I know that I'm throwing these away, and that's okay because I just don't want them in my inventory. Breadstone's a good one. It's worth quite a bit. Okay, now I've got 2. Okay, so when I say they're expensive, you saw how I had to get rid of a whole half stack of bread and some redstone and an egg, you know, right? So just think about trading someone for something like a priceless collectible or something, and then in order to get it from them, you need to give them either a whole bunch of not as valuable things or some other valuable thing. So that's all I mean when I say it's expensive, because like a piston's cheap because the parts are easy to get and take like very little time. But a filter is expensive because it requires gold and then this red dope wafer, which requires several other things. So it's more valuable. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Basic Tekkit Economics, and let me know what you like. I'd like to hear from you every once in a while. You can use the subscribe, the like, or even the comment buttons to do that. And on behalf of everyone here at Splitgate Games, we want to wish you a happy gaming and have a super day.